through the brief exercise 8 of chapter 8. First of all, we are deep today into receivables, different types of receivables today. We have given 3 receivables transactions, and we need to decide whether it's accounts receivable, notes receivable, or other receivables. As you see from the types of them, this is an account. Somebody sold the merchandise on account. So this is a accounts receivable. Also, to the company has been made a promise note to pay for the services performed. It is a notes receivable. This one is a very interesting thing. So, an employee loaned $10,000 from a company. Think of it. Anyway, he must have returned it. Someday he will return it. Either he will pay back $10,000 to the company, either it will be deducted from his payroll, from his salary. This is the same type of asset, but this is not operational. There was no sale for that. So this is other receivable. Let's try. Haha, correct. Also, we need to fill in the blanks in this assignment A2. So what happened? It's Matlock sold merchandise to another company for $23,500. Obviously, accounts receivable is created for that company, and there was a sales revenue also credited. After that was a returning of merchandise for $2,500, and accounts receivable is going to be less after that on $2,500. What did they pay on July 11th? Let's see. They must have done that, subtracting 2,500. This is the amount they needed to pay, yet there was a discount. If they pay within 10 days, and they're doing that, within 10 days, you need to subtract 3% more. So we multiply that. 97. Excuse me. Multiplying 97. 2,370. This is what they paid. So because the discount was 630. And accounts receivable is going to be less on 21,000. I would submit that. Hey, correct. Okay, so presented below in this assignment 8.8 are the data on 3 promissory notes. We need to determine maturity date and total interest. Think of it. 60 days exactly 60 days after April 1st. In textbook, we are instructed to exclude the date of note, but include the due date. This requires us to count exactly 60 days after the 1st April, the following week. April 2nd will be the first day. April 3rd will be 2nd. April 4th will be 3rd, and etc. If you will count it accurately, it will point you directly to May 31st. I have done that. This is the maturity date. So what happens here with numbers? We need to count 60 days out of year. How do you do that? 60 days divide on 360. In textbook we are told to simplify, not to divide on 365 days in a year, but to divide on 360. Probably there are some 5 holidays in a year. I don't know. Yep, this is the portion of the year we will be working with. We multiply that on the amount, and then multiply on annual interest rate in the following way. The amount we receive will be actually a total interest. If we will round it to 0 decimal place, it will be still 10,089. 10,089. Okay. July 2nd, date of note, and there is 30 days. 30 days will go to if you will count the 30 days exactly from the July 2nd, it will be let me count that. It will be, as we counted, August 1st. Here the task is a little bit different to find out the annual interest rate. How we will do that? We will calculate principal times terms, and then we will divide total interest on all that composition. First of all, 89, 390 times 30 days. Well, we'll count that first. 30 days out of 360 will be 083 times our principal. You see this complex amount. We need to memorize that number. On usual calculators, we will memorize that number, and we will divide by 596. Divide on the composition we were so 9 point with a very good rate of accuracy. You see, we're going, if it's an 8%. It's a very good rate of accuracy for 8%. So we just enter that here. Annual interest was 8%. To principal was this, and total interest be came out like this. So it was an 8% thing. 6 months are counted directly. That was stating how many days it will be. You just count 7 months from the March. Counting like this. April is 1st, May is 2nd, and etc. It will show you it will be September 7th. And what do we have here? We need to count it. 8 months out of 12 months will be a half for the year. Times principal times interest rate is, well, if we round it to a 0 decimal place, it will be 6264. I would submit that. Okay, in a brief exercise 811 of part level submission, you need to count accounts receivable turnover ratio. It's shown that from financial statement, the net sales are 25 billion. We have accounts receivable at the beginning and at the end of the year. What do? We just take this. We just one more thing to add after all of this done. If you're not sure on the result, you can go here and see and check if you really calculated that on the right formula, right way. Yeah, we did that right.